What is going on, Unfiltered Conversations family? I am your host, Lila Simone, and welcome to episode 2 of the Summer 2025 series. I am super glad to have you here today. And if you haven't, when you get done with this episode, go check out the last episode. It was super great to talk to you guys last week, and I'm glad to have you back this week to ask you a quick question. Are you my ball? I know you're like, what? But we're going to talk about a couple of things. I am your host, Lila Simone, again. Welcome to Unfiltered Conversations, where we talk real talk only. So don't be offended. This is where we talk real, and opinions are welcome. So please just vibe with me. And today we're going to be talking about, are you my ball? DDG versus Halle in summer 2025 and what the plan is looking like. And let's talk about what is going on and how to be safe in LA during these ICE raids and what is going on around here. Last episode, I really enjoyed the conversation and we talked about a couple of things. And this week, we're diving into a whole nother situation. So, quick question again. I want to know, are you my ball? A lot of people have been using this term basically to show ownership over the women that they're interested in, the people that they love. Excuse my dogs. Like I was saying, it is a term that people are using basically to show ownership over whoever they want. Like, you're my ball. This is my ball. Okay? Like, girls, just think of it. Like, when you see a boy or a guy, whatever, and you trying to, like, make it clear to the whoever it is around in the section, like, yeah, this is me. Like, you know, you standing over there, you making it clear, you talking to him, you all up in his grill, like, yeah, like, you know, letting them know, like, this is mine. That's how they let the rest of them know, like, this is my ball, like, this is it. So a lot of girls on TikTok were very like, this is how we're describing women now, like, this is how we're doing it. I'm a ball now, basically. And like, they were offended. And I'm not gonna lie, at first I was like, ball, like, I'm getting so tired of these terms because fine, no, like, not fine shit, like, I'm not shit. So why are we using these terms? But are you my ball? I had to realize, like, it's like slang, like, you know, basically showing like, yeah, this me, like, you feel me? So it's not that you're a ball, but it's just an analogy, you feel me, for how they claim and own. That's all. But at first I was like, very like, ugh, like, I don't like this term, but now I get it. I was sitting at the table with my friends yesterday for my friend's birthday, and his friends were like saying it over and over and over and over, and I was just getting like, for real, like, this is really what we saying? But now I get it. It's like, they all play basketball too, so that makes it even worse. But it's like, they let you know, like, this my boy, this my boy. So don't go over there. Don't go over there. So I get it. But a lot of people are just like offended now about like some of the terms and ways that men kind of like come at girls nowadays, because it seemed like, I feel like we looking for what was happening like back in the 90s when it was like men were really trying to get at you. Like, they was using that slick talk, like they was really trying to put their best on the floor to make sure that you was gonna go with them, or you was gonna give them some attention, you was gonna give that number, you was gonna do something. But I'm not walking away empty-handed. You feel me? But nowadays it just seemed like guys are so nonchalant and go with the flow, and girls are just like, nah, I'm not really feeling that. For me, I feel like I'm very like, you gotta let me know. Because if you don't let me know, I'm gonna act like I don't know. And I'm gonna keep acting like I don't know until you say something. Because one thing I feel like as a female, I'm not gonna chase you, because I would hate to chase you down and then expect you to kind of like do your manly duties, and then you don't do them, and then I'm pissed off. But I can't be pissed off because I wanted you. I chased you down. So technically, can I have those expectations? No. But the fact that you're sitting here accepting whatever I'm doing for you and you just not returning the energy is kind of giving vulture, kind of giving leech. Not what we're trying to do. So, I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like, we're in an age where men really are using no game as game. And that sucks. That really sucks. Like, I was just talking to one of my friends the other day about like how it's been like transitioning from the South back to LA. And it's like the South, they got a whole different type of game. Like, chivalry is really big. Like, I feel like opening doors, yes ma'am, no ma'am. Even the way that they refer to their girls, talking about my old lady. It's more respectful than my bitch. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, guys in LA, like, I feel like we got pimp culture in our blood because of, like, where we from, and I get it. But, like, guys in LA, so... some of them, not all of y'all. I'm not going to do that to y'all. But some of y'all are just really, like... not for the girls, and that sucks. And then there's some that really are the girls. Like, you really want to be dated. You want me to tell you to get dressed at 8 and wear this red dress and put on your white toenail polish for me. And that's okay, but that's just not my style. Like, that is just not my style. But cause I was talking about LA men and stuff. It's like I can't even blame y'all because the music we listen to too don't even help. Like, it's this one song, y'all, and it go like, if the bitch don't suck, she need to die. And it's like, whoa. And we just all in the party like, turn it up to it. The girls, we singing it too. And we don't even, like, we not even paying attention to what we saying. But at the same time, it's like, ooh, if she don't suck, why does she need to die? And then you meet a guy, first date, he like, what's up? And you like, I'm not on that. And he like, oh, I've never seen you again. You like, whoa, where did I go wrong? You didn't suck, so I guess you need to die. Not saying that everybody listens to that song and lives by those laws, but I'm just saying, like, if you listening to stuff like that and you around people that really think like this on a daily basis, like, dates aren't even dates no more. It's basically just to link up and do something so it don't just look like you trying to crack. And that's just like, oh man, that's a whole different ball game. That is an entirely different ball game. But we're gonna transition over because we were just talking about relationships. DDG and Halle have been hitting the internet crazy lately. And according to Los Angeles Times, DDG has made serious allegations about Halle Bailey recently, and he attempted to request a restraining order on Halle Bailey, but the purpose of this was to prevent her from taking their son Halo out the country. However, she requested a restraining order against him around mid-May, but the request was ordering DDG not to contact them in any way, and even electronically at this point. And DDG alleges that Halle was at risk for kidnapping Halo. And these are some serious allegations because, as you know, they're both young and they're also heavily in the media. And when they went to court, there was a lot of things that were brought up that were very interesting, right? So I'm going back to the article itself, and according, like I said, to the Los Angeles Times, it says that the filing included text exchanges which Bailey sent frantic sounding messages, many more than DDG replied with. So in one exchange, which occurred once he drove off following an argument in 2022, Bailey sent texts claiming that she had a knife and implying she would harm herself if he didn't return, the filing says. And then the text says, you hate me and you want me to die. she said amid a flurry of texts in March 2024, according to the filing, following up with text saying, "I want to die because of you, and I will die because of you." And this is very concerning to me because obviously there's a child involved, and it seems like the mother is not in the best mental state at this moment. And though DDG is not necessarily the most mature in some of the situations that we've seen in the past, I do not think that her being alone and with the child would be in the best interest of the child. And if these statements are true, and she really did tell this man that basically if he didn't return home or X, Y, and Z, she would end her life, that is a form of mental abuse and control. I don't know if you guys know, but this month is Men's Mental Health Month as well. And although I think that this is a very unfortunate situation on both sides, it's very important to also include and value what is going on the father's side. It is already one thing to separate and decide to separate, but then on top of that have to raise a child. And more times than not, we've seen women get favor in the courtroom. However, there are times where men are being emotionally manipulated and controlled in certain ways as well, at the stance of their child's well-being. And in the black community, I've seen this a lot. And this is one of the reasons why I really do fear bringing a child into the world one day and not being married. Not to say that marriage is going to stop whoever I have my child with from leaving me, but I feel like it's more time and thought put into what exactly is being done. And I think it also forces you to be put in certain situations just to see how people will react. Because I do not know what the outcome is going to be with this situation, but I do think it's very unfortunate that both parties are suffering. I don't have any comments or opinions on what either of them are putting out into the media, but I do wish the best for both sides because there's a child involved. And as you all know, I am an aspiring child psychologist, right? And I already got my bachelor's degree in psychology. However, I want to get my master's in clinical mental health counseling. And I do know that if these messages, like I said, were true and she did send these things, for one, she is not in a healthy mental state and there is someone that needs to intervene immediately. And if she did say these things to him and these are actual legitimate messages, then he also needs to receive some sort of intervention as well and help to figure out how these two can work together for the betterment of their child and the betterment of their co-parent journey, because there is a child involved and he's so young, and these types of things are hard to wipe away once they are put on paper. And I think that their stature really makes it hard to work things out privately as well. Because if he's streaming and his family is as involved in his day-to-day life as they seem to be, and she's in the process of filming right after having a baby, you may have postpartum, you're struggling with your schedule with being a mother and trying to stay in your career, like it's hard. It's very hard. And I do think that celebrities need some sort of regular mental health counseling and help along their journey as they're matriculating in the limelight, because it's a lot to take in. It's a lot of things that happen during your journey, and you're going through it with lights and cameras all in your face, and that can be very stressful and difficult, and I do wish and hope the best for them. But I did want to talk about that situation because it was all over the internet, and I just really think that it's sad that you know, both parties are going through any of this. But like we were talking about earlier about safety and the seriousness of making sure that, you know, everyone is being looked out for. I want to talk to you guys about summer, right? So this summer I'm going to be in LA, and I love LA. Every time I come back, it's always stuff to do. I love seeing my family. I love hanging out with my friends. I love to go out to eat. I like to go party from time to time, you know, photo shoots, doing business. It's really my thing. I love Los Angeles to my core. But at the same time, you have to be careful during the summertime. And though there's a lot of things to do, tourists are out here, it's super duper fun. It's also super duper serious times going on as well. I used to go out all the time. Like when I was in high school, oh my God, I was so outside, so in the street. I say it like I'm so old, but I'm 21. But like I've been careful though, because like, you know, it get a little and I don't got no yet. But point is you got to be careful. So as you're going out, if you're from LA, just be careful. Make sure you read in the room. Don't stay all the way to the end. Have a way to get in and out the place by yourself if you need to. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink and drive. Use Uber, y'all. Be careful. Be safe. And watch out, y'all, because the police is outside. The police, I repeat, is outside. I don't know if anybody has been seeing the Los Angeles ICE raids, but last night I went out to go eat, and I had I was on my way home. I saw the police everywhere, all in like the Los Angeles area. I'm hearing Compton, I'm hearing Paramount. People were protesting, and apparently it got bad, right? So again, we talk about Los Angeles Times as the source, and they letting us know that the National Guard has been deployed in Los Angeles because of immigration raids during protests. So you guys be careful, because it's saying that the immigration raid protest began this weekend, and demonstrators chanted, "ICE, go home. No justice, no peace." And some protesters yelled at deputies, and a series of flashbang grenades were deployed. After a little bit of time has went by, then protesters responded by throwing rocks and other items at ICE vehicles, right? The crowds grew, and Border Patrol said that an agent was hurt and a car was set on fire. Some were lobbying rocks and bottles at LA County Sheriff deputies, and LAUSD had arrested 2 people on suspicion of assaulting an officer Saturday night. So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. As I'm reading this, because I just looked this up right now, I also gotta be careful about what and how this thing is being angled, because right now it's looking like they're trying to say that these protesters were violent, and that is basically why they had to show up. And I don't necessarily think that's the case, because on Instagram, from what I'm seeing, these people were standing around, they were chanting, they weren't necessarily causing any harm until force was done to them. So at what point are we able to demonstrate our rights without being physically hurt? At what point are we able to voice our opinions and not have to be charged with a federal crime possibly. At this point, I'm very concerned for what is next in society and what is about to happen, because it seems like Donald Trump is on his way to finishing out his mission. But I don't really know how well that's gonna go, because his homeboy Elon done dipped. So I'm gonna do a little research about that before I start flapping my lips about something I don't know. But I just think that this is just interesting, and that we need to open our eyes and realize what's going on around us. Like, it's so much going on. Like, we have to be paying attention to what's going on. We have to pay attention to the patterns. We have to pay attention to what has already been done, so we know what that looks like, so we don't do it again. But I'm not going to get too political. I'm not going to get into it too much. But I just want that to be stuck in you guys' heads, that like, our world is taking serious turns. Our world is taking serious turns. So we have to be careful with what and who we're putting in office, because I really feel like at this point, this all boils down to morals and values. Sorry for all the movement. This all boils down to morals and values. A lot of times, if you put someone in office, or you put leaders in place that don't have any morals or values, society will follow without those same morals and values that they once had. Point blank, period. So pay attention to who and what you're soaking into your brain. Pay attention to what these social leaders are trying to put out into the world. Pay attention to what they've already done before they were put in these positions, and that alone will tell you a lot about their character. But unfortunately, we are coming towards the end of this episode, and I want to thank you for tuning in to Unfiltered Conversations, where we cover mental wealth, culture, and music. This was a great conversation that I hope reached you. Make sure that you tune in again next week. Follow me on Instagram at Lila Simone, 2 E's and an _, and same thing for TikTok. We are available on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and Spotify, so I hope to see you guys next week. Thank you so much for tuning in to Unfiltered Conversations, and make sure that you tap in with me and the UC family next week. And I am your host, Lila Simone. Bye. What is going on, Unfiltered Conversations family? I am your host, Layla Simone, and today we are not doing an episode of Jag Talk Podcast, because guess what? I graduated. So we're moving on to another series. So we're moving on, and we're taking Unfiltered Conversations to new levels. So I'm so glad to have you guys here with me today. So today we're going to be discussing ghetto graduations, black parenting, and what the plan is for this podcast, and what has been going on in life, because it's been a minute since I touched a mic. I think it's almost been about an entire 4 months. And of course, it had to be my state that I attended college, Louisiana, right? Popped up on my feed multiple times, and we're jigging, we're doing what we do. And a lot of people are complaining about what has been posted on social media, including our own culture. What's going on, black people? A lot of people have different reactions. A lot of people are excited and love to express that, and we shouldn't necessarily be so hard on one another about that type of thing. The reason to celebrate, and we shouldn't necessarily be so hard on one another about when it's our time to cross the stage. And if you chose not to do that, don't hate. Don't hate. Don't hate. Because it be a lot of people that be just like, I don't understand why you did all that at the graduation. Did you graduate? No. So how you gonna tell them how to celebrate? It wasn't your walk. If you happy, be happy. If you want to dance, dance. If you want to smile, smile. If you want to jump, jump. I want to see what is going on here. And I think that's part of me being like the little psychologist in training, like I really love seeing people's expressions.